He's got the Riz.
Malcolm Rosas. Caroline! The way that he could change direction made my knees hurt.
Do we need to have extra time? Entourage.
I was talking with him about the potential for an Entourage Cele.
Oh!
Greatest rivalry in footy.
Okay, all right. I want some clickbait. Greatest rivalry in sport.
There we go.
Get a big dog up, yeah.
And he delivered it with venom.
This is Bont at the moment, but 3 votes. Still getting 3 votes.
Still getting the 3 votes. I want to sleep with a pillow filled with Young's hair.
Whiteboard gate. Brisbane were playing Carlton. If there was ever a team that needed a SWOT analysis, it would be Carlton. Seth Campbell just goes, bang. I'm hanging up the phone on the wooden spoon. We're back again, Jamo, and I've got the run sheet. It says, Div 12 Ressies, I'm ridiculously passionate about my team. Please talk me through this.
Look, being passionate about footy is awesome.
Yeah.
We're both passionate about our AFL teams.
Yeah.
But I am overly passionate about my local football club, my new local football club, which makes this even more weird because I've only just joined, but my heart is on my effing sleeve.
Effing. We're that now. I mean,
well, I don't know.
I had the swear jar full early days on this.
Yeah,
on this
as
episode.
did I,
yeah.
but I know there's kids that listen, I assume. So
Yeah, definitely. Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Sammy, he's a kid.
Yeah.
Again, not with us. I have to say. Let me address the elephant in the room. Sammy, not with us. Had a big night after St Kilda won.
Yep.
Again. Put Carlton to bed, literally.
Delayed flight as well.
Delayed flight as well. It's a 5-hour delay.
Been having a big weekend in Radelaide.
Didn't actually go to the game, which is a surprise to me, but celebrated a little too hard and he missed this week. But the 3-man weave, it'll be back.
It'll be back.
It'll be back. But yeah, your love for the game, your love for this Div 12 Ressies.
Yeah.
It's it warms my heart.
Yeah, so let me just tell a quick story. So I was driving to the game down in Brighton, like Brighton Beach.
Oh, Brighton.
Right? Playing Old Brighton.
Oh, Old Brighton.
Yes.
And right next to Beaumaris. I had to bring that up.
Yeah, fuck you. And,
there it is. Oh, no,
and the kids that watch.
Yes, brilliant.
No, so on the way to the Div 12 Ressies game, and we're playing top of the table, who have just been beating everyone by a lot. We're not very good.
Nah.
Right? So, and we're probably up a couple of divisions compared to where we should be. So I'm hoping these are still grading games.
So I've heard that they're grading games.
Yeah,
exactly the reason why I said I don't want to play.
I'm hoping in a couple of weeks we'll get moved back down to where we belong.
The Div 12 Ressies.
Yeah, because right now we're like Div 4 third level.
It's not the grading game Ressies. It's the Div 12 Ressies.
Exactly. We shouldn't be playing these. We just should always be down the bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so I rock up to the game. Mind you, I listen to pump-up songs.
That's weird.
On the way there, listening to pump-up songs.
Even though you're not playing?
Yeah, well, yeah, for those who don't know, broke my hand 10 minutes into my debut.
And so you're not playing and you're listening to pump-up songs?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I rocked up to the game ready to run through a brick wall.
Except you were moving magnets.
I wasn't even doing that.
What were you doing?
My left arm gets sore holding up the board.
So you hold up the board?
No. My left arm gets sore holding up the board.
So you didn't do it?
So I didn't do it this time.
So what were you getting pumped up for?
Just watching, getting excited. We had the craziest umpire I've ever seen.
Yeah, great.
So he'd be like, play on.
Really? Yeah.
For those who know, you know.
Yeah.
Apparently he's notorious in the VAFL lower leagues. But yeah, rocked up to the game, playing the best team in the comp, and we only lost by 20 points.
Really?
So that was awesome.
That's massive.
But I was getting really, really angry and involved and yelling, and I was like, I don't even do this for Freo games.
Yeah.
So it's just, I know all these people. I'm mates with a lot of the boys, have been for a while, so it's closer to me.
Yeah.
My mate from Perth, who's never played a game of footy, this was his second game, and he kicked his first goal. So well done.
So he played.
He played.
He got him a spot.
He got a spot.
Yeah.
He played. Then he did his quad and hammy, which must have just been awareness because ridiculous to get the double injury.
Yeah, the double injury.
And it was
That's
off
an
2
old man
strides.
injury.
So one leg was quad, and then the next stride, hammy on the other leg.
Cursed.
Anyway, he played the next week, so I think he was just put a bit of
of mayonnaise.
Yeah.
What pump-up songs were you listening to to get ready to watch?
What wasn't I listening to? I was listening to like sad country songs, and then I was listening. I get pumped up by anything.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I was listening to like some techno, some UKG, some house.
Interesting. So will you be a regular? Will you be the number 1 ticket holder at the Div 12 Ressies?
Won't miss a game.
Won't miss a game.
I'll be there every week supporting those boys. And
they're good lads.
They are. Oh, I'm about to sneeze.
Yeah, you're about to cry, are you? Jeez, I think you don't need to get emotional about the Div 12 Ressies here, Jamo. You've come up with a few different things.
Mark my words, we'll win the flag this year. I genuinely.
I think you're an early contender for the Bob Murphy Award. You know, the coach might get up there and goes, you know, who really deserves this? Jamo Lennon.
Yeah. And
give you the medal.
my return date is TBC.
Hasn't been confirmed?
No idea. Just depends, will it heal or not?
And I confirmed with you that when you play, I'll play.
That's awesome. Oh, man. That was emotional. And I need to sneeze.
In other news, I don't know if I can confirm this, but there are rumours that I might be playing in the Div 12 big Ressies game out in Norwood. We'll see how that goes. But I hear that you're putting your hand up to commentate.
Potentially. I mean, I haven't said anything to anyone yet.
Yeah.
They might even already have their commentators locked and loaded.
No,
However,
we want you. Yeah.
I've got some ability.
You got some ability.
Yeah.
So we've got BT who goes, the wowee, oh boy. You got Dwayne Russell who goes, oh baby. What's your one?
Yeehaw!
Oh, God.
Imagine that. Someone kicks a goal and I drop a yeehaw.
Yeah, that's terrible.
For any of the country footballers, maybe they'd like it.
That's such a Freo move by you. I feel like that's a...
Yeah, you put me on the spot.
Yeah, I thought you'd already have one.
I was under the pump there.
But it was a good week of footy. Considering last week we didn't have any games. I think we maybe had one game that was in single digits. This week we had a fair few. It started off with a bang. It started off with a draw.
What an awesome round. I just want to give a little hand. I only got one.
Yeah, nice.
To the round.
Yeah. To the round. It was very good. We just keep going through these ups and downs, right? So next week, guarantee your average margin would be like 40 points. Stinker. But the Thursday night game, the draw, we haven't seen a draw in a while.
We haven't. And as a neutral, I was kind of hoping for a draw, which was
really, yeah,
a bit sicko.
Both teams lose. Do you buy into that?
Or is it both teams win? You both gain 2 points. I don't know.
No one ever talks about it like that.
No, it's because we're such a negative nation.
Yeah.
We're always sad and depressed about everything.
The first thing that they said, and even the commentary team, they said, do we need to have extra time?
Yes. Look, the purists and traditionalists, which I feel like I'm in that category sometimes.
Okay, all right, yeah.
It's a good thing because it's different for our sport.
Yeah.
Like in soccer, it's a common thing that happens a lot.
Round ball.
The round ball.
Yeah.
The beautiful game.
Yeah, beautiful game.
The not so beautiful game. The boring game.
Draws are very common.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And in our sport, it's special. However, there is a little devil inside of me, maybe on my right shoulder, and it's just whispering in my ear saying, how cool would extra time be? How cool would golden goal be?
Nah, golden goal, I don't think golden goal should, like,
But
it's
imagine
unfair.
how frantic that would be.
Nah, that'd be nuts.
Someone hits the post. Oh, no.
Also, these guys have had a 5-day break.
Yeah.
What do you want? Also, players were going down like flies and like...
So are you happy with the draw then?
I think I'll take it, given the fact that it's such a rarity. I think we're lucky to have 2-3 for the season, right?
Yeah.
5-day break, both teams coming off. It's just unfair. They're going to play next week. Yeah, they might have an extended period of time, but I just don't think like extra time. Who knows? Who knows what happens after that? What happens after extra time if the score's level?
Could run it back like basketball.
Run it back. I don't think it's great. I don't
go through like 10 extra times.
But all I keep hearing is every time there's a draw, like this is my brain working in a way of like, all I hear is Bruce going, what are you doing next week? What are you doing next week? And I'm sure Sammy hears that as well. And then
even at the end of this game, he was like, and what do we do now?
Yeah, what do we do now? It's actually, Hamish said it's a tie, which is a very American term.
Yep.
And then he corrected himself to a draw. I think the beauty of a draw in the AFL is just like, keep it as it is. We don't need to change everything, right? Look how many things we've changed this year. Maybe send it up to the ARC.
Add it to the list. The ARC won't know what it means.
You know what will happen? It's funny. Everyone's like asking for extra time, golden goal. They'll come up with a rule to be like, hey, we've decided teams with the most inside 50s or like the most kicks wins the game. Something
boring.
Ridiculous.
Let's not go down that road.
But you know what? With the AFL, the way it's working this year, we don't know. They can be like, hey, this team has more
Very true.
bald players.
So what I would like to see is a player survey. I'd like to know how many players would actually want extra time versus just keep it the same.
I felt empty as a supporter.
Yeah, it made me feel pretty good. Happy that you guys didn't win. And
Wow. Hate watcher.
yeah, but it's fun as well. It's part of the sport. Yeah.
Bastard.
Like you would probably love seeing a Freo loss.
I wouldn't. That's terrible for you to assume because I'm like, I value our friendship.
Yeah.
And I go, you know what? I really want Jamo to be happy this weekend. So I don't watch your football team hoping that they would lose.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't believe that.
That's terrible.
Don't think I believe
Now
you.
he's calling me a liar.
Yeah, that's all right. Let's move on.
What I will say is a bit of an ick is celebrating a draw like you've won the game.
Yep.
You can applaud your team for kicking a goal to draw the game, but carrying on, nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
So do we get rid of the term honourable losses as well? Because
But you don't celebrate an honourable loss.
no, but you're not doing enough.
I think an honourable loss in the context of, hey, where's your club been?
Yeah.
Hawthorn kicked themselves out of this game. Hawthorn celebrating this seems ridiculous.
Hawthorn with a minute to go were losing. They had nothing. They had 0 premiership points.
Yeah.
And then they gained 2 when
clap.
time's off.
Clap and be like, great goal, D Moore.
That's celebration though.
No, but celebrating over the top. I saw Joey Lopez, shout out Joey Lopez, good man. But the man carried on and he said, we won. I'm like, come on, mate.
Okay.
Come on, mate. Stop it. Stop it right now.
He's trying to be positive.
He's trying to be positive, but I'm not buying it. Like Isaac Cranell was great. We play football to win games. You didn't win the game. Proud of the boys for turning up and putting their best efforts out there, but we shouldn't celebrate this.
Realistically, you want the players, especially your Collingwood boys, to feel the exact same way you do in that moment. I just wanted to give Connor McDonald, C-Mac, a little shout out.
Yep.
Been interacting with him a little bit, and I love the TV show Entourage. And he loves the TV show Entourage.
Yeah.
I see him repost a lot of the clips from the show.
Yeah.
Not like a politically correct show.
Nah, cannot be remade.
For these standards
Iconic, though.
today. Iconic. I love it. And yeah, C-Mac does too. Buddy was awesome on the footy field. A bit of a sore.
Sacamano was close.
It was close, yeah.
28-3. Sacamano special. He looks like the one that could knock on the door on that, but just doesn't look like an accumulator though.
Nah, he's that low 20s guy.
So who's your favourite Entourage character?
Oh, no, I can't say.
What, is it Ari Gold?
Yeah.
You like Ari Gold? I like Ari
it's
Gold.
just-
You can say that. It's a fictional character.
Yeah, he's a fictional character. Yeah, but then people will be like, oh, you stand by his values and his...
Nah, that's not true. That's not true. You can like that fictional character, but then also go, it's a fictional character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's actually a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But it's a hilarious piece of shit, like
Yeah,
viewing it.
Exactly. He's a hilarious piece of shit.
Hilarious piece of shit.
I love all the characters.
I do. I love drama.
Drama's awesome.
Drama's the best. Drama
Yeah.
carries on about his calves. It's the best.
But when
Lamar Odom's got some great calves, man.
when he wanted calf surgery to get them...
Yeah, he got obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And then he got the medicinal, we're sidetracked here, but got the medicinal marijuana prescription to get a hat.
Yeah.
So he can wear it on set. And then he just looks for validation. Brilliant show. Love that. C-Mac, hit us up. Any Entourage suggestions for Eddie edits? We'll get it done. We love Entourage here.
Question for you.
Yeah.
I was talking with him about the potential for an Entourage Cele.
Oh!
So if we can workshop
Whoa,
something...
man, this is great.
If we can workshop something...
100%.
He's willing to potentially do that.
An Entourage Cele?
Yeah, but I was thinking, and it's quite difficult to think of something, one, that's either appropriate
Yeah.
or that that isn't lame, like victory.
No, not doing victory. That's so
Exactly.
lame.
And
he's not going to do hug it out, bitch.
He's a cool dude.
Let's hug it out, bitch.
He's a cool dude, so we need to find something cool.
Yeah. We'll sit on that and think about it. But there might be some ones that I might even run in an edit. We can do a cut down for this. Run in an edit. These are options for C-Mac to do as a Cele. I love that.
That would be sick.
I love that. C-Mac, Entourage, type media Cele. I'm just putting my us in there. I think the involvement of us is huge for this.
Yeah, well, it all started from my little brain.
Exactly. Unlike the Rankin Knox.
Knox is over.
Yeah, we let that one go.
It is what it is.
But yeah, the double header on Friday absolutely bamboozled me.
It was tough, man.
It was tough.
I was at the game, at the Fremantle Bulldogs game, and I couldn't keep up with the other game, which was annoying because it was good in terms of, it being close and being an awesome finish. However, the entire train home were watching all on their phones. So we got the last 5 minutes. We got to live that.
You got to see that?
Yeah.
It's incredible. So this game, it was just a weird fixturing one again. And it was like Friday night is like, I feel like is sacred.
Yeah.
It just needs to be one game. Saturday, I'm used to 2. Why are we getting St Kilda Carlton standalone on a Saturday and getting a showdown and then Dogs Freo, who before the season started, you would have said are the climbers. They're the top 4 contenders. Yeah. So, like, why are we doing this? We did the same thing with the Battle of the Bridge as well. Like, why does Sydney and GWS, we're trying to build this rivalry, competing?
There would have to be a reason There's no way they've done that just for the sake of doing it.
No, they've done that because of the rest. Because the schedule is so bad. Like, they need teams to have like a fair amount of days between games.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's unfair. So that's why they've gone, okay, we can't schedule that in on Saturday because, that means they get a day less rest.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Even with Freo games, we've gone from a Sunday to a Saturday to a Friday to a Thursday.
God awful.
And then it will work back the other way.
Honestly, just ask bloody AI to do fixturing at this point because seriously, it's terrible. Like, it's just butchering it because Friday doubleheaders are just not on. They're not. It's on the move.
And especially, you mentioned the Showdown. Like, it's a great rivalry, probably the best rivalry in terms of interstate games. And for that not to be a standalone, and I feel like it's happened a few times with that game in the last few years.
They did it on a Saturday night. They like, why aren't you playing that as a standalone game?
And I think most neutral spectators want to watch that.
Yeah.
And sit down and kick the feet up.
I'm confused here, Jamo, because like Freo got an incredible win.
Yeah.
In the rundown sheet, I've got a lot of Freo glaze here. Yep. I'm getting around them. And you don't have your Freo scarf. You don't have anything Freo related. What's going on,
If you want the real story, I was in a little bit of a rush to get here and just left it in the apartment.
That's not good enough.
Yeah, it isn't good enough. But,
whack these on, big boy.
And
that was a clean catch, by the way.
Pink, thank you.
Yeah.
Pink, but close enough.
Close enough. That's fine.
So there we go. That's in celebration mode.
I love that. Freo humming at the moment too.
Yeah, just getting it done. And it's not necessarily too flashy, apart from that 20 minutes of brilliance, which was awesome.
Hayden Him.
Yeah.
Hayden Him Young.
I think Jordan Clark said it best in the post-match in the rooms. He was just asked about Hayden Young and the impact he's having, and he goes, well, when he's up and firing, I'm probably going to offend a few people here, but he is the best player at our club.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so for sure. He's so good, man. Hey, you know what I did? I did a ranking about the best breakout stars, and it's funny because he's kind of broken out, but I think his ceiling is so high that he's got another level to jump. It's
so hard to rank him and stuff because he just can't stay on the park. That's the biggest downfall is he just can't stay out there long enough. So I might even leave it to my hold for later, a little sneak peek.
Little sneak peek. But I'm going to go with Hayden Him Young. Mm-hmm. And you know one thing I like about Freo? Freo have players that have a high ceiling. And I was kind of standoffish with Freo, but then when you win games where you play like shit and your coach basically has a meltdown, I've never seen JL so animated. It's so funny. Literally, you could put that quote there. He has no fun in his life anymore. Literally, that was Friday night for him. He just wasn't happy. But anyway, Freo have players that have high upside. You've got Luke Jackson, the unicorn. You've got Shea Bolton, who's incredible too. When he's playing his best, I think he's like probably one of the best players in the comp.
Yeah, this season especially, having more midfield time, he's had 30 plus disposals 3 or 4 times.
That's incredible.
And he's only done it 7 times in his career.
Yeah.
So this year he's really living up to his pay packet.
Yep. Yeah. And I'm a Reed lover, baby.
He's here.
Murphy Reed lover.
Beautiful.
I'm on, baby. I'm on. Murphy Reed.
And just on that, we'll get on to Harley as
Except
well.
he can't tackle. That's a different thing.
He can't tackle. That's a good point. There
was one Bailey Dale bit in the middle of the ground, and I remember this really vividly. And I remember telling my mates, and my mates like, give him a couple of years in the weight room, he'll be all right.
Yeah, he just kind of sticks his arm out, and it's like a token effort.
Yeah, but he's so talented, and I saw him go through the midfield like he said he would, and I see you put him up for Sacramento every week. He's there. I feel
the
like
last
he'll
couple
get there.
I have. Yeah. I'm kind of just hoping for it to happen.
No, you look good. You guys look really great. I know the Bulldogs are depleted at the moment.
Yeah.
But still, like, for you guys to come out, if it was the old Freo, you would have taken that loss.
Yeah, it's just something we do, especially when we're on a little good streak. We'd always do something silly to stop that from happening. But yeah.
Also, Hayden Young's goal from the boundary was phenomenal.
Yeah, and I called it as well, which made me feel like a commentator.
Purple glaze right here. Yeah. I'm on board. I'm on board.
All right, maybe I don't hope Collingwood win for the rest of the season.
I told you. It's not a lie.
Sorry, lose, I meant. Just poor from me.
Bont was freaking phenomenal too.
Well, there's rumours that he might not even play that game. And the previous week he was, juggling that knee as well. And he's gone huge in both games. Had 2 goals and 33.
Yeah.
And then Bevo came out today, which is Sunday, and said...
this is Sunday. We're recording Sunday as well.
Yeah. He may be rested this week, which he probably deserves. but that would hurt his Brownlow chances a little bit.
Yeah, imagine he loses because he gets rested.
Oh, that would hurt.
Oh, no. But
just keep playing injured, man. You're doing well enough.
he's incredible. He's such a talent.
Well,
he's such a talent.
Oh, he's a freak.
Obviously, you didn't get a chance to tune into the Showdown. Did you watch the replay?
I watched the KO Mini, the 20 minutes.
It's the greatest rivalry in Australian sport.
Yep.
People were going, mate, you've got no idea. Like, I wrote that in my edit as the caption, and people were like, it's Queensland and New South Wales. And I'm like, yeah, but it's not the Showdown.
Yeah.
You know?
It is hard when you're comparing it with State of Origin, which is, we don't get it.
Yeah, we don't get it. And then Victorians pretending to care about State of Origin, shut up. Stop it.
Yeah.
You're lying to yourself.
But no, it is the greatest rivalry. Well, let's just go. Well,
in footy.
Greatest rivalry in
footy. Okay, all right. I want some clickbait. So, greatest rivalry in sport.
There we go.
In footy. But it surpasses everything there. I think if you go modern day rivalries, Geelong Hawthorn is very good.
Still good, yeah.
Very, very good. I'd put that ahead of Carlton Collingwood because I feel like Collingwood always beat down on Carlton, even though it's like goes down to the wire.
Well, Freo West Coast is done because West Coast can't compete anymore.
One of the best ones I remember, and I don't know if you remember this, is West Coast and Sydney had this like crazy period of time where they would just go at each other. After the 2005, 2006 grand finals, they were just like, every game was close, something was happening, Cuzzy's return. It was box office.
One of the most aesthetically pleasing jumper differences as well.
I could not agree anymore. Yeah. It was perfect, right?
It was beautiful. It was awesome to see.
Yeah, we want to see that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sydney West Coast, low key, very good rivalry. Not now, obviously.
Yeah,
but at the moment,
when will we see that again?
Nah, I don't know. It's completely
it's a long road,
opposite of the ladder. But looking at it now, I would say the Showdown is the best rivalry in sport.
Mm-hmm. And you know what typified that was the trainer, the Adelaide trainer.
Yeah, he was doing these ones.
What do we call that? Does
Fuck you.
Does it have a name? Like
up your ass.
Because obviously the rude
Stick
finger...
it up your ass.
The rude finger's the bird.
Yeah.
Or the rude finger, or just the
bird,
finger.
Yeah.
What is that?
I would say stick it up your ass.
Yeah,
that's what it means. Your ass. Stick it up your ass. Remember, get a big dog up ya. Yeah. That's what I'll say, just to be a bit more friendly. Get a big dog up ya.
A few words, doesn't it?
Yeah, remember that Essendon guy? We fucking hate it. Get a big dock up. Remember when he says
a big docker up ya.
Big docker up ya, baby.
A big Sean Darcy up ya.
No. No, this is Sunday after dark.
Yeah.
Get a big dog up ya is probably what I would say that it's fair. That's fair.
And he delivered it with venom.
He did.
I loved it.
He did. And you know what? You know which trainer didn't deliver their message in venom and probably is out for a while is the Hawthorn trainer. Yeah. Hopefully he's all good, but he's, from what I heard, he's done both hamstrings.
Yeah.
He's done the Adam Treloar. Pinged both.
And the Hawks boys said that they were just going to make fun of him and laugh.
Terrible.
In the review and whatnot. So that would have made him feel really good.
That was hectic.
Imagine, like, we all have felt this social anxiety and embarrassment before when you do something embarrassing. Imagine that moment when he fell over the first time and he's thinking, holy shit. And then he's done,
body seized up.
When his knee like hyperextended and he's done the hammy.
I felt so bad that I didn't even include that in any sort of memes or videos because I'm like, that's
it was pile-on culture.
Yeah, it was. I was like, it's not that great. Like it's funny, but I don't know if I want to go there. But I'll just like let him go. Like you don't know, you know what I mean?
That might take him 30 years to recover and laugh at it.
He probably, you know what? He's probably a good sport, having a laugh.
Yeah, but that's you just being wishful. He might be in a really dark spot.
Okay, fine. All I know is the happiest trainer is the Adelaide trainer, the Crom trainer. He was happy. He was getting stuck into it.
You know what it reminded me of?
Yeah.
As soon as I saw it, it reminded me of me watching the Div 12 Ressies on Saturday morning.
Yeah, but this guy's the trainer. You had no specific role.
I was in the same spot on the bench.
No. You don't have any reason to be there.
Support. They need every bit of support they can get. I probably made them a 2-goal better team just from rocking up.
I like this idea that you're trying to come in as a commentator. Yeah. At least you've got a specific role. But at the moment, there's no reason for you to be there.
Oh, I commentate their games.
But just no one listens.
Just to myself.
It's interesting. I like that. No, you do you, man.
But yeah, maybe next week I'll do the stuck it right up here.
Yeah, do it. Do one of those ones. Get a big dog up here. Get a big dog up here.
In thirds footy.
I love that.
Yeah.
Josh Carr suffered his first Showdown loss. Now, he has played 10 Showdowns, never lost them.
Wow.
And this was his first one as a coach, and he lost. When Berry kicked that goal, he's like, you know what? I'm never losing.
This is very good.
This is very good. Very good, Dwayno.
Thank you.
And then obviously Captain Cook came through and he just said, nah,
Yeah.
this city is mine.
Yeah. Like if I got to see that in slow motion, high frames per second so it's smooth, and just the way that he like elegantly kicked the ball and just extended,
Yeah.
it was just beautiful.
It's funny because I was watching the game with my friend who's a Port supporter, and earlier on I said, Cook is actually one of their best kicks in the team, and he turned it over, and I was like, and he's like, oh yeah, mate, ball knowledge, great ball knowledge.
Commentator's curse.
Yeah, and then at the end of the game, and like we were also like, I was saying, oh, Berry, he was taken ahead of Murphy Reid, and you know Murphy Reid was tearing it up in the other game, and then Berry goes on to kick the goal, and we're like, oh my god, he showed me.
Yeah,
and then Cook went out there and kicked it, and he goes, showed you too,
and you went stuck it right up.
Yeah,
there.
he went get a big dog up, yeah.
Yeah, there you
but
go.
yeah, Josh Carr's first Showdown loss.
Yeah, tragic
a part
for him, and that's his first as a coach.
Yeah.
And so he's a 0% showdown percentage.
But let's get into the nitty gritty stuff, and like the umpiring for this game was low key pretty bad.
Yeah.
I don't blame the umpires with this. I'll get to that later. But luckily, the minute saved the game. The last minute saved the game in a sense where we kind of sweep it under the carpet because there was some shocking calls missed, shocking calls made, and the Arc was drunk again. So can we just get a breathalyzer in the Arc?
Yeah.
Because seriously, what's going on there? And I'm glad Adelaide won because I think they copped the short end of the stick towards the back end of the game. But throughout the game, there was some shocking decisions as well. But yeah, did you see any of the stuff that came out?
Bits and pieces on socials, but yeah, you'd know more about it than me.
I mean, look, Cele Arc issue, that was weird because the umpire made a definitive call. The goal umpire who's got the best view of this, when the ball travels above his head, he can see, right? The Arc can't see shit. When they go to the cameras, they don't have a camera from the umpire's vision. They can just see from the side. Like, so you don't know the depth. You don't know if it's gone past. There's no AI technology to tell you that the ball is cleared.
People in the crowd would actually have a better view
than the Arc.
Yeah.
So if the soft call is a goal and the umpire went and said goal, Ken Hinkley said, I love that from the goal umpire. He's being assertive. He's saying this is it. And the ball went out to the middle. And this is meant to just get rid of howlers. This wasn't a howler.
Yeah.
This is great by the umpire. But to overturn that means that you're saying the umpire was wrong. Why the hell do we even have goal umpires in the first place?
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
That's what we were talking about a few weeks ago with like robot AI goal umpires.
I love goal umpires.
No, I love them.
Yeah.
I wish they were in their white trench coats.
And it's so demoralizing. This umpire is like, you know what? I'm a big boy today.
Yeah.
I'm calling this. Yes. And he was like probably pumping his chest. He's like, everyone's happy. Everyone's cheering, probably for the goal, not me, but I'm going to say they're cheering for me. And they go out to the middle and everyone's like, boo. And the goal umpire's like, man, I tried to make the right call.
You'd have to have the most thick skin as an umpire.
The funniest thing is after that, they cut to, the broadcast cut to Andrew Dillon and Greg Swan, and you should have heard the boos then. It was very, very
Hostile,
loud.
yeah.
Very loud. Like I said, I'm going to defend the umpires here because it's not the umpires that are making the rules. I think the AFL is one of the hardest sports in the world to officiate.
Has to, yeah.
Because you look at basketball, right? End to end, you've got two refs. AFL, yes, you've got 4 umpires now, but there's a lot of ground they're covering. Also, there's so much like decisions they have to make that are open to interpretation. And there's different rules added every week and different focuses, prior opportunity, pushing the back. Like then you've got to report players. You've got to also measure, go, hey, that's 15. When are they doing that in any other code?
It's funny you mentioned like the umpire focuses for the week because I'm sure that would be a thing. It's like we're going to be hot on holding the ball for this reason.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like when they're on the side of the road, it's like police are now targeting speeding.
Yeah.
Yeah, same type of thing.
No shit, Sherlock. The umpires are technically, they're not full-time. So if you're not umpiring regularly, you might not be making much. You still got to do other things outside. So you're telling me an umpire who has to officiate a game with so many rules isn't full-time and we're expecting them to make the correct decision all the time? I would just challenge people to just think about that for a second and put the pressure on the AFL to be like, hey, why don't we just make the game simpler? Like Bevo said.
So it's not a fix for that, but it's a way to reward and give an award to the umpire of the year. Now, this is something that I was thinking about. Players, they get voted. Sorry, umpires vote on
Brownlow,
best performances from players. I would love players to vote on the best umpires from the game.
I'm telling you right now.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's not happening.
You can't leave a note and say, I hate
What,
him.
you're going to get Zach Butters? Hey, Zach, fantastic. Yeah, look, you didn't perform so well, mate. You actually swore at me multiple times, but I want you to tell me who the best umpire here today was.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want.
That's just...
It'll never happen, but it's something that I want in my heart. Because imagine you get to the night of all nights, and it can just be like a little 15-minute count.
They'll take the piss, though.
The players will take the piss.
Yeah, with the umpire who they are. Yeah,
no, but it would make them more aware of, actually, that's a good call.
Yeah.
Hang on.
There is probably something like that. I know the AFL, when they do the MVP and they do the most courageous, they do actually announce the AFL umpire of the year. Now, I don't know how much weight the players get in that.
I wouldn't think any.
I would say
it would
it's
be
media,
umpire coaches,
and everything like that. But yeah, I think I'll go down to Bevo early in the week gave the AFL a little bit of a clip for saying why are we making...
Did he get any fines for that?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
But either way, he said that we're trying to overcomplicate the game by this pursuit of perfection. And I couldn't agree anymore, because it's like, why are we going to reviews for boundary throw-ins that would have traditionally been boundary throw-ins? Why are we reviewing something and trying to find the perfect answer, but then come away with more questions?
It's whenever there's heat on the AFL about something for a week or two, they're like, the people don't like it, let's change it.
Yeah.
Whereas if they had a bit more of like a backbone, is that harsh? I don't know. If they had a bit more of a backbone to hold their ground and just wait a little bit to see if what people are being so reactive about is actually right or true. Yeah.
My first point would be to make AFL umpires full-time.
Yeah.
And they go, hey, there's a real issue with umpires coming through the grassroots level. I would just say, think about that, okay? That obviously people are frustrated, and I don't condone the way people yell at umpires and umpire bashing. It sucks.
At umpire headquarters with state-of-the-art training facilities, even recovery.
Yeah.
And the ability to train and practice officiating together. Because I think umpire chemistry is something where like an umpire 100 metres away might see something. They might have seen the wrong thing though. So like they need to have a bit more chemistry, I think, with each other to know what to do and when.
Maybe a whiteboard for umpire strengths and weaknesses.
Oh.
What do you reckon? What do you reckon of this whiteboard business? Whiteboard gate.
So I think the action of the whiteboard is something that every club would do. I think the person who spread it to the public has to come under question and fire here.
I reckon the leadership group for not scratching that off the board. If it's confidential information, mate, just what are you doing? Leaving that up on the board?
I'm not sure of the truth behind it, but I heard that it was an Auskick dad.
Yeah, it was an Auskick dad that did it. Essendon supporter. But it's like, I would put it on the players or whoever wrote it to be like, just get rid of it.
Yeah, but like, are they thinking of that like before a game? They go to the whiteboard, they look at the strengths and weaknesses, and then they go out and warm up. Is it on the players to rub it off? I don't know.
Have someone there to just rub that off.
Yeah.
So the Auskickers did that at pre-game? The Auskickers
It came out before halftime. So
someone should be there. Just do their due diligence.
Yeah.
Like, just rub off the board. Like, it's confidential information. I mean, I don't... Like, Brizzy writing what they did, every club does it.
Yeah.
But, like... And I wouldn't even... I mean, the guy leaked it, which is... I feel like he would have just sent it to a group chat, and then it just blew up.
Yeah.
But I also think the responsibility is on Brisbane. Just sort it out, boys.
Yeah. I'm a little bit the other way. I think some of the things on the whiteboard weren't great.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Brendan Mackay didn't have any strengths.
Yeah, I mean, what would you write down as a strength right now?
Tall, very tall.
There were, other players got tall written down. Zach Reed got tall.
You know what the funniest thing was? A lot of those players' weaknesses was decision making. And when you're playing at Essendon, I think they banged it on the head.
Yeah, and selfish. There was a couple of selfishes.
Zach Merritt got selfish.
Yeah. But yeah, I also think, did you see Chris Fagan talk about it?
Yeah, Chris Fagan wasn't happy with the dad that leaked it.
Yeah, because he's saying...
like, I'm the only daddy. Daddy face.
He was more of the stance of, well, this is our workplace. I completely understand your perspective of take it down.
Just take it down.
Wipe it down
It's
or
like
whatever.
it's different if someone snuck into your room
Yeah.
and then broke and enter, but it wasn't that. You knew you were sharing that space with people that could potentially do this. Now, obviously, there's some responsibility on the person that took the photo. It's like, don't do that.
Yeah.
And don't obviously send it out and like, don't do this. But also, Brisbane, be smarter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But my point that I was making was it's their workplace. They're writing something down which is confidential for their work.
Yeah.
And that's been spread to the public. It's like, imagine walking in someone's office. I think it was a similar analogy to what Fagan used. It was like, imagine if we walked into his workplace. They didn't say this, but this is just what I'm saying. Imagine walking into his workplace and he's written down notes about someone else in the workplace, and then someone's...
Yeah, but it's a different thing because it's OSCE, because it's like you're not working. So when these documentary teams go in, for example, I thought about this. Adam Kingsley, when he was giving out that big spray, you can see the board blurred out.
Yeah.
So there's camera crew, there's a lot of people there that are there and they see what's written on the board.
Yeah.
Now, they don't exactly go out there, take photos and share it because you know why? GWS do their due diligence. They'll be like, hey, this is confidential stuff. They explain it. Sometimes people need to be explained. Maybe it's a thing where like Oz kickers get told, I mean, Oz kick, the guys running it, Oz kickers, the parents get told, hey, confidential stuff here.
Yeah.
Once you enter here, there's an agreement here. You're, liable.
That might even be something that was said. We don't know. But,
who knows?
Yeah. Anyway,
But the whiteboard would be coming back again because clearly Brad Scott was inducted to the Brisbane Hall of Fame the same night this whiteboard leaked.
Yeah.
Now, the funny thing is Brisbane were playing Carlton. Now, if there was ever a team that needed a SWOT analysis that was to be made public, it would be Carlton. And it would be Michael Voss, which would be hilarious if Brisbane did that to their favourite son.
It's a perfect opportunity for their socials team.
Yeah.
To post a
Incredible.
whiteboard and to just write Carlton Football Club, strengths, nil.
Weaknesses, Dan Gorringe.
And everything
else. It would be the perfect opportunity. I don't know if Brisbane has that dog in them.
No, they won't.
I think Giants would. 100% Giants would. I don't know if Brisbane would do that, but I'm going to challenge Brisbane out there. This week, I want to see a social post
about the
whiteboard and potentially Carlton in there. Maybe a weakness, Dan Gorringe.
Yep.
Those Dan halftime, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're winning this game. Something along the lines of that would be brilliant. I love that.
I reckon Tassie will do it before Brisbane would.
You reckon?
I reckon Jacob will do something.
Even though they've got no...
no dog in the fight.
No hand in this,
but he'll figure it out. He's a smart kid.
See how I said no hand in this and I realised that you've got a broken hand, so I'm sorry
good.
that you said
that's what we call workplace bullying.
I'm sorry about that. But yeah, we don't, fortunately for us, we don't have strengths and weaknesses here at Type Media. We like to make sure we're really positive and we talk to each other about that.
Yeah, we'll see. There's a whiteboard over there with magnets on it. I might use that for next week's
Get up and about with that one.
Weaknesses, bullies his co-host.
Hey, also, talking about bullying.
Yep. Where are we going with this?
No. I said Tigers.
Yep.
They just went to West Coast and they just said, hey, we're not finishing last.
Yeah.
You can't bully us.
You and I have different takes on this. Before the game, you said, it's not that bad for West Coast.
Yeah, dude.
So can we explain that?
What I'm saying is Tigers are everyone, I think they released this stat about Adam Uze's win percentage.
Yeah.
And I think after Essendon won their game, everyone was like, oh no, the Tigers suck, man. They're really shit. And they were basically the one team to get bullied by everyone. And everyone was like, whoever's playing the Tigers is going to have the biggest winning margin. But you know what the Tigers said? Nah. Doesn't matter. Optus Oval, we'll come out there and we'll win. We'll win. Seth Campbell just goes, bang. I'm hanging up the phone on the wooden spoon because wooden spoon no more. Ben Shelton celebration, by the way, rated that.
No, that was a cold celebration.
That was the best celebration all year.
So wait, why? What about the Eagles being?
I think the Eagles. The Eagles lost to Richmond, same fixture by 40 odd points last year to Richmond.
Yeah.
So it's like their bogey team at home.
Yeah.
I don't think the Eagles are going to be that bad. They've already got 2 wins on the board against Port in Adelaide, and the other win came against North Melbourne. And North Melbourne aren't that bad. So I think Eagles, they've already got 2 wins already. I think Richmond being the team that's being bullied, they just said, nah, not today.
Yeah.
And they stood up. And West Coast were in the fight, but Richmond just came to play.
I'm so happy for Richmond because they are winless. They've got so many young kids who have never had a win before, so that was awesome to see. But they've got an injury list which is as long as their list that they ran with on the weekend,
Yeah.
they had 3 Richmond AFL listed players play VFL. 3.
Yeah.
They had no one. They had no right to go over there and do that.
Yeah. But then
But that's why I think it's a really embarrassing loss for West Coast. I think it's really embarrassing. They're playing a team that hasn't won a game all year. A bunch of children, frankly, that they were playing against. No Tim Taranto. No Toby Nankervis.
Keon Prestia injured in the first quarter.
Yeah, again,
which
is sad.
The string.
They've now, this is a damning stat. I know we know they're bad, but they've lost 88 of their last 100 games.
Yep. 88 of their last 100 games.
We have to do a moment of silence for like 3 seconds.
But
no,
look, this season... Oh, okay.
And that's for the death of the West Coast Football
No, that's
Club.
ridiculous. That is the most ridiculous. They've won 2 games in the last 8 games.
Good on them.
This is a West Coast hate watch right now. You've got Carlton hate watch, Collingwood hate watch, and then you're...
I've got a mate who plays for them. I want them to be doing better. I'm annoyed.
Bravo. Look at this guy name dropping him.
No one even knows his name.
Harry the Helmet.
Harry the
Edwards.
Helmet. He's should be back this week.
Big time. Big time. Get that first goal. We're cheering for you, mate.
Yeah.
I talked about the Sully, the Ben Shelton Sully, where he hung up the phone.
He did
Seth
it
Campbell.
with like some aggression.
I love that. I love that when players go, hey, it's done. The game is done. It was the best celebration. And I reckon it's probably my favourite celebration. Our boy Rochelle, he dumped the celebration that he went to 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, weird because he said it was never going away.
Won't stop, can't stop.
Yeah.
It stopped, but I want to see it back. Bring it back, Rash.
Now it makes me fear that we had something to do with that.
Nah, we didn't have anything.
The criticism has stunned
At least
him.
it wasn't Mason Cox celebrating a point.
Yeah, that
Salute to the point.
That was awful.
That was the most Mason Cox thing you can do.
Yeah.
And then Harley Reid goes, hey, big fella, I've got this.
Yeah.
And he did it properly. He actually saluted and he's like, Mason's like, yeah.
Well, all you have to do is just wait an extra second and a half.
Why did he do this
Why do people
so
jump?
early?
It's a Freo thing as well.
Looks so dorky
Remember
too.
Ballantyne did it against West Coast after the siren?
Yeah.
And he ran off and like did a...
From 50 on the boundary though. I don't mind that. And that was a goal line decision. The post one is like, come on, mate, just wait.
Yeah.
The goal line decision, a little different because you can't tell from 55 metres out on the boundary versus 35 metres out. Probably just wait till it just goes past the post before doing a salute.
Premature celebrations are out the door.
Out the door.
Just wait, make sure.
Sully watch, Seth Campbell, number 1. You knew he was going to bring something, especially after that backflip. Rochelle, we're putting it on you. We want to see more.
Bring something back. Well, that's a bit hypocritical from us.
Yeah, it is. But I love Rash. I love the energy that he brings in, and I want to see it again. I feel like he said he's going to continue to keep going to the well and.
Give us a cartwheel.
Yeah, give us a cartwheel. Back flip, front flip, doesn't matter. You know who's definitely not doing front flips, but he's got leather poisoning, is Tristan Cherry.
Wouldn't surprise me if he could do a front flip as well.
He could, and he'd probably just spear tackle someone as well while he's doing it.
In midair.
A 30 bomb for a ruckman is crazy. It's good work.
He had the most touches on the ground at the Cattery.
Yeah.
At the Alphabet Stadium. More than Smith, Holmes, LDU, Sheasel. He was great.
Cherry ball.
They lost.
Yeah,
but
the T-ball.
That was almost a moral victory, like a moral loss.
They were in the game up until like a passage of play between the third quarter.
Yeah.
And this is what, good teams, Geelong found a way to put them away.
Yep.
North Melbourne, I love the way they look though. They had the stealth kit on. Look great. Willem Dersma. Zane Dersma actually look really good.
They fixed the shorts.
They did. They fixed the shorts.
I was unhappy because the shorts didn't match the top, and now they matched it. So I'm so happy.
And the Cats, they just keep humming along. Jeremy Cameron looks so good.
Yeah.
He's working up the ground as well, which is amazing. But yeah, Tristan Cherry with the 30 bomb. Love that. Massive. And I was going to say, North Melbourne, they're not really at the bottom end of the ladder.
No.
But you know who is at the bottom end of the ladder? And who played on Saturday night? In a standalone game, which I still don't understand why they played in a standalone game.
Yeah.
The Blues.
Yeah, the Blues.
They
The Blues have the Blues.
Yep, they got the second half. They got the second half curse.
It's funny because they're there. Like for half the game, they are there, and then it went away in a flash.
Do you have a laugh track on for when the Blues are playing in the second half, or is it just like a horror movie?
More of a comedy for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who wins the spoon? The Blues, Essendon, or Richmond? Because they're the 3 at the moment. I know you have got West Coast there as well.
Yeah.
Who do you reckon?
West Coast will just be okay. I think Richmond will get the spoon, unfortunately.
Yeah.
What about you?
Essendon looks like the one because clearly their SWOT analysis doesn't have too many strengths.
Yeah.
But Richmond are the one without the depth, but the way they won was gritty.
Yeah.
And I respect that.
Yeah.
So Carlton looks like the one that looks a bit diabolical, but in terms of like their whole team, like their list,
Yeah.
they should definitely not be there.
Didn't realise that Cyril Rioli has reincarnated on Sunday.
He was in flow state.
He was.
I love flow state.
We're talking about Malcolm Rosas.
Caroline, she's the reason. All right, I got absolutely stung for singing Creed last week in the comments. Like, yeah, just not sing.
Oh,
But Rosas, Outcast, just perfect.
let's sing more.
Let's sing more. But
Yeah.
he was humming.
He was unreal.
He was doing the shimmy. He was doing. It's just like he was in flow state. And when I say flow state, I know Cozzy was in flow state the week before, but Rosas just said, "Hey, this is my day."
It was.
Kick 7.
His agility and like fast twitch fibers are nuts. Like the way that he could change direction
Incredible.
made my knees hurt.
Yeah. Oh my God. I was watching him and I'm like, this is what football is. This is beautiful. But what I found is like when it's your day, when you're in flow state, no one can go near you. It's like a force field, right? And he was finding himself in space in the forward 50 at the SCG, which I always looks like a playground.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know how he's finding space. Charlie Curno's out there struggling to get a kick, and you got Roses kicking 7, and he's just like marking the ball uncontested.
Yeah. No, it was a very special game. And I don't know if he'll ever do it again.
No. Don't be hating on Roses. I feel like Roses is the man. He's got something about him. He's got the Riz Roses. I love that. Let's run with that. You know who was at the Sydney game? Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney, yeah.
And interesting stat, Sydney Swans are undefeated when Sydney Sweeney is in attendance. That's an interesting stat.
It's a niche stat, yeah.
It's a very niche stat. So what I did was I looked at it and I said, what a name. Sydney Sweeney. Couldn't find a better team to support, the Sydney Swans. So I thought celebrities with names that play on with footy clubs.
Okay.
And may or may not have asked ChatGPT for this.
Just say it was you.
I will say it's me. They came up with some bad ones, but these are the good ones.
Say the good ones are you.
Okay, the good ones. Kenny Powers from Eastbound and Down is fictional character, but that would be great for Port Adelaide.
Yep.
Kenny Powers just rocking up going. Pew.
He is a bit of a Port supporter as well.
He looks like one too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks
He
like a
definitely-
Radelaide boy.
He definitely goes down
The
to
mullet.
to Alberton and
Him
like,
and Lockie Jones just sinking a few frothies while talking about defensive pressure acts.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But then, Kenny Powers is not about that. It's all about him.
He's one of those guys that would go down to the club and like spray paint the signs and say
Yeah.
like car out and stuff.
Yeah, probably. And then I got Tiger Woods for Richmond.
Yep, Tiger.
Yeah, Tiger.
Raw.
Maybe that's a great one because Tiger at his peak was a star. Unbelievable, crazy aura, like that Richmond dynasty.
Completely off topic here, and sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
but I was talking with my friends the other day about tigers, just the animal itself, and the fact that there are no tigers in Africa. I knew that, but a lot of people were like, wait, I thought tigers were, alongside the kings of the jungle. Did you know that?
No.
It's pretty crazy. Like, no tigers in Africa.
Yep.
They're in Asia.
I knew that.
Oh, you said no.
No, I know, but it's a weird one to bring up.
No, you're talking about tigers.
I get it, but very well.
Tiger Woods. No
Tiger
tigers
Woods.
in the woods of Africa. I can't shake. Anyway, let's move on. Western Bulldogs.
Let me go with. Let me say with Tiger Woods. All right, let me stay with Tiger Woods. Let me get back. If you're listening, you can get your 2 minutes back.
Also,
now.
comment if you like the Tiger fact.
Yeah, the Tiger fact is, I don't know, man. But anyway, Tiger Woods, the analogy works so well here. I was mid-flow here. I was in flow state.
Sorry.
I was Malcolm Rosas. I was having a moment, yeah?
Yeah.
And then you just decided to go, nah, guys.
Can you kick 7 again? Let's go.
Let me kick 7 again. Tiger Woods, aura, red shirt. We know Tiger Woods. He delivers. That was what Richmond was during the dynasty period.
You know what Tiger Woods also did?
Yeah, but listen. This is where I'm getting it. Now, Tiger Woods, bit of an alcoholic. Also drives his car into random things. Tips it over. It's kind of like what Richmond are doing at the moment. But
Sorry.
I thought this was going to go better in my head.
He just
but
needs a name change.
Yeah,
that's
all right. So Western Bulldogs, Snoop Dogg. Great.
Yeah, it works.
And I've actually seen him in a Bulldogs jumper as well, which works even better. Brisbane Lions. Now, this might be a little bit of a stretch, but Lionel Messi.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, the people,
Messi.
The people will love that.
Love that one. GWS Giants, Andre the Giant.
Oh, that's awesome. He should actually be the mascot.
But he's dead.
Bring him out. Roll out the casket.
We love that. Adelaide Crows, Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
Love that one.
That's
like
good.
Gladiator. Mm-hmm. Him and Ben Keys just out there. Keezer. Russell Crowe. I am Ben Keys. And then you've got Hawthorn, Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
That's good. Hawkball. Tony Hawk is Hawkball. Right
like
there. Him and the Wizard just doing kick flips.
Which ones of those did you make?
I made Kenny Powers for Port Adelaide.
That's a tick. Yep.
That's a good one. And I may have made nothing else. They also came up with some weird ones. They said Kanye West for North Melbourne, which I'm like, why? And then it just said like, it's because it's like bipolar and weird. I'm like, there's so much shade at Kanye.
Yeah.
So yeah, but interesting. Very interesting. But anyway, that was the segment that I had. What did you think of that? Did you like any of them?
I loved it. Yeah, that's probably my favourite part of the show today.
That one?
Yeah, that segment was
My
awesome.
favourite was when you randomly told me that tigers don't exist in Africa and
It's
they're
a
from
great
Asia.
fact, yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah. Thanks,
Incredible.
man.
Thanks
I
for that,
appreciate
man.
it.
So this is a segment that I'm trying to bring in, and I think it'll be cool. You know how we've got Mark of the Year.
I do, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
yeah,
And they used to sponsor the Mark of the Year. What about Remark of the Year? Do you get it?
Yeah, in terms of like a something someone said.
In terms of someone said, but in the comments section. So when we love fan engagement.
We do.
And I post a lot of edits and I always see funny comments in there and I love that. And sometimes, do you ever post comments and you're like, pretty happy with yourself?
Yeah, you see a few likes and you get all giddy.
Yeah, you're like, the AFL posted this thing about Mason Cox. You know what? I just made a pretty good comment.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like so many people nowadays comment and they're like, yeah, got about 100 likes. It's pretty good. Pretty happy with myself. Yeah. So I want to reward that because clearly, like, you know, I post a lot of content during the weekend of footy and I thought, you know what? Let's have a look at some of the comments in Type Media's page, but also everywhere else. So I had a look at this and I did a draw edit after obviously the draw and I'm like, I don't know what to do here. This is weird. But anyway, someone said Billy Frampton has more aura than Hock's entire squad.
Damn.
And this went well. This actually got like 70 likes, which is good for the context of the post. And I thought about it. I'm like, Billy Frampton got falconed in the last quarter.
Got hawked.
And got run down by Nick Watson, which wasn't rewarded. But I thought it was a pretty funny comment. The other one was an Adelaide supporter saying, we were robbed right in front of me, ... No, we were not.
That's good.
That's a good one too. Very clever. And then just randomly, I saw a few, how good is coming. David King, love that one as well. Big one. And then finally, my favourite one this week and probably gets remark of the week would be Mason Cox. So the AFL low-key kind of roasted him for the salute, which is fine because he did jump the gun. And they said Coxie's gone early here. And he commented, fair, just surprised I made the distance. I love Coxie just owning the fact that, you know what, I'm a pretty shit kick. Football's my second language.
It hit halfway up the post as well. It went a mile.
I know. I think it was just saluting the fact that he flushed it,
that
which is good.
Gone.
That's great by Coxie. I love that. I love when players are just like, you know what, it's fine. I'll take the mickey out of myself, which is great. So that was mine.
I've got a few here, and it's funny because I didn't know about this segment.
Yeah.
But I've just pulled these out of my woo-woo.
Yep.
Anyway, so I've got a Freo group chat from some of my mates back home.
Must be exciting, that one.
Oh, is it exciting?
Well, it's Wharfie time. I bet that's a
You should
group.
see it.
What's a group name called?
Freo. Yeehaw. All right, so
Exciting.
this was after Young kicked his third goal. This is from one of my mates. I want to sleep with a pillow filled with Young's hair.
What? What? What do you mean? That's weird.
Yeah, like he loves him that much. He wants to sleep with a pillow. Instead of it being feathers or like... What's in pillows? Feathers? Fluff?
It's cotton.
Cotton.
Feathers.
Yeah, but imagine just like all of Hayden Young's hair. That's how he loves him so much. I thought you'd give me a bit more with that.
You're a different breed, you Fremantle supporters.
All right.
Anyway, that's all right.
And then we've got
that
this
is a
one.
remark. That is a good remark, though. I
We've
don't
got
mind
another
that.
one here. Starlight Day is a huge day in the Freo footy calendar for a lot of sick kids. The Freo and the fan base raise a lot of money. I'm legit. This isn't me. This is my mate.
Oh my God.
I'm legit going to write an erotic novel about Hayden Young and give it to him on Starlight Day. One more here.
I'll cop that one.
We can't put this one on camera, but you can just cut that whole bit.
Is that all? Is that all of it?
That was just his three
sick
messages.
bastard.
Yeah.
That is terrible.
They were all my comments.
This is probably a good opportunity to get into buy, sell, hold.
The Sweeney effect. So you mentioned it before, but I wanted to speak about how Malcolm Rosas kicked 7 goals and put on a Jordan Poole-like performance.
Oh, I love that.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, Jordan Poole. Anytime he sees a baddie in the crowd, he
turns it up.
He turns it up.
That's his best performances. Yeah. And I'm buying the fact that Malcolm Rosas probably knew she was there.
Big fan of Euphoria, I bet.
And he said, today's the day I'm going to play the best game of my entire life. Yeah. So that's what I'm buying.
That's what he said. He's like, Sydney Sweeney, this is for you.
Yeah.
This is for you.
Yeah.
I was waiting. He should have just done like one of these ones.
Oh, and pointed.
What I'm buying is Aaliyah is the best intercept defender in the league. And if he played for a club that was in Victoria, that was a big club, he'd get way more flowers.
Mm.
He was incredible in that showdown. That's the only reason I reckon Port were in that game. I was guilty of making an edit for the Freo game while he was on this marking spree. But then I watched it back and I thought, man, this guy is incredible. The Aaliyah effect is well and truly there for Port Adelaide. He's holding it down. He's holding it down, man. He's probably leading their best and fairest. I reckon he's ahead of Zach Butters in their best and fairest. Low key, he's holding it down for Port Adelaide.
That's elite. I am selling the really late Sunday night game. We're here recording on a Sunday night, and usually the game would be nearly over.
Yeah, and we're still watching. We got one eye on the game.
Yeah, one eye on the game.
I even pitched the idea to you to be like, hey, why don't we just fool the people to be like, hey, that's a great win by the Gold Coast Suns, and then just like add the audio. Oh my God, huge expansion cup win by the Giants. And
it's
just
fitting right now because it's quite close.
Is it close? And what are we at now? Half time?
Still 10 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Yeah. Who's your pick for this one? This is going to be funny because people are going to listen to this and be like, oh, fucking idiots.
Gold Coast by 16.
Yeah, Gold Coast by 16.
Yeah.
We're doing the Sunday night episode for anyone listening in.
We can actually rip into them for poor kicking.
Yeah.
GWS have kicked 2-9.
Yeah. This is such a reoccurring theme for GWS.
Embarrassing.
They can't kick. But I guarantee you what will happen is they'll end up kicking every goal after this, and we're going to look like idiots on the podcast. But that's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine. And
or maybe it'll be a 16-point win to Gold Coast.
Yeah, why are we doing this? Like, why is this game on so late? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
right?
what I'm selling. It's crap.
It's crap. It's
crap.
I've got an issue with the fixture as well.
Yep.
The stand rule I also hate,
Yep.
but the standalone game on the Saturday night, like, give me a break. Like St Kilda, Carlton. Like, I understand it's De Koning back, Silvani's back against his old side. And yeah, there is that narrative there, but it just sucked. Just give me the Showdown as a standalone game.
I felt violated.
Yeah.
Because I had no choice in it. Like, I'm going to watch the game, but I didn't have a choice of which game to watch.
It was disgusting.
They put me through
It was disgusting.
Yeah.
It was yuck. I was spewing up while making the edit. It was like,
Sammy would have loved it.
hold. Time to hold. What are you holding?
Big hold for me. And it's not a hateful hold, because sometimes you can have a hateful hold. Hayden Young. I think he is the biggest key to the premiership door for the Fremantle Football Club. He makes us a 3-goal better team, I'd say, when he's there and he's fit. I'm just putting a hold on his fitness because he keeps doing this where he comes back for a few weeks, does really well, teases us, and then does a hammy and he's gone for 6 weeks. I really am hoping for his fitness to be good, but I'm just putting a hold on him being this absolute superstar until I can see it for the rest of the year. I'm not calling him not a superstar. I just want to continue to see it. It's more of a wish than a hold.
Yeah. That's a good one. It's
wishful hold.
It's very modest by you, but you know that he's got the keys to you guys going deep into September. He's the one that gives you that point of difference.
Exactly.
And I respect that.
Yes.
What I don't think is good is you sleeping in a pillow with Hayden Young's hair.
Yeah, that's not me. That's Macca from back home. So
Macca
shout out
from back
Macca,
home.
you creep.
Yeah, you creep. Macca, just sort it out, mate. That's
What are you
big.
holding, Cheats?
I'm holding. I'm actually pivoting because I've got here extra time because you don't need it. But I think the D's 315 I'm holding because D's played 315. Yeah, SCG. Yeah, I know it wasn't the MCG because that's where then they go nuts.
Yeah.
But they conceded a lot, and I know they're not defensively huge. They're exciting to watch. They conceded 123 points or 120 odd points, and it's just a bit of alarm bells for me because I'm like, yeah, they're exciting to watch, but I think defensive teams are always the ones that, climb up the ladder. You need to have defensive systems in place because I think when you win, when you're this aggressive, it looks great.
Yeah.
But they were within 2 goals in this game, and I get it, but I just don't know if it's sustainable in this day and age playing that style of footy and winning finals.
Maybe it's something they'll figure out. They're still pretty young back there. Like they're relying on Petty.
The question here, if you're a young team, right, what do you benefit more from? Being a defensive-focused team or an attacking team like Melbourne who want to put the score on? For someone like Cozzy Pickett, he's flourishing. Then you look at the opposite side, and I know Richmond and Melbourne are, they're so far apart at the moment, but Richmond's a team that obviously prioritises team defense.
Yeah.
And then Melbourne, Stephen King, he goes, you know what? We want to score as much as possible. We don't care as much if we concede 100 points, but as long as we win the game. Now, they didn't win the game, but still conceding that many goals, for me, it's alarm bells in the sense of I don't know if it's teaching good habits.
Yeah. No, I get that.
They're within the game. People might come at me and be like, no, you got no idea. They only lost by X amount. What about Sydney conceding that much? But they allowed this game to go on like this.
Yeah. I saw, and I'm not a big fan of the moral loss,
the honourable
loss. Yeah, like where people go, oh, they were close and we didn't expect them to be close. But today I thought that. I thought that they were good enough to really test probably the best team in the comp at the moment. So, yeah, I think that they, look, like you said, they can score freely and they can put 8 goals on in a quarter. Yes, they need to learn to defend. I think
that's layers, right?
I reckon they can figure it out.
So they go, make football fun by scoring as many points as possible. Even if we lose by that, at least we all had fun and everyone kicked goals. Yeah,
because that builds team culture.
That means, and supporters get around you.
Yep.
Then add the defensive element to it, which I think is going to be the part where it's going to be testing, because once you allow that, the defensive element is not the sexy part of football.
It's not, no. But they should still be having fun doing it if they can keep up the attacking stuff.
Maybe Jack Viney's the one that comes in. He's like, defense first.
Maybe.
We haven't seen him in a while. So they've got a few players to come in that'll be interesting. But yeah, Melbourne's an interesting one. I'll hold on them. I really like the 315Ds. Big fan of them. They actually play the Western Bulldogs in 2 to 3 weeks at the MCG. 3:15 on a Sunday, which is going to be absolute box office, because hopefully the Dogs have their cattle back and Bont's ready to go and not on one knee.
Yes.
Because at the moment, this is what Bont's looking like.
Aww.
At the moment, I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to end the show like this. This is Bont at the moment. But 3 votes. Still getting 3 votes.
Still getting the 3 votes.
Like this, he's still getting 3 votes, which is incredible. But hopefully he's in better shape when they play the Ds, because that's going to be one of the best games to watch, because both teams are high-scoring teams and they've got incredible players.
100%.
So what's on for the rest of the week, Jamo, apart from getting excited and listening to pump-up songs?
Oh, yeah, that's Saturday. Can't wait for Saturday. That's the best day of the week.
Best day of the week.
Yeah, just heaps of boring stuff.
Do you take notes when you're watching the Ressies footballers?
No, but that's something that I might do. I can't write at the moment, so might just have to do it on my phone.
Yeah, no. Do you take stats? That'd be pretty interesting.
No, Premier Data do that.
So you don't do that. You don't go in there and be like, "Hey guys, I think you missed a few contests."
No,
there's no way Premier Data are there for the Div 12 Ressies.
Nah, it gets filmed and sent off, I believe.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That is very cool.
Well, I bet when you play, you'll want your stats.
Don't worry, man. I'll be ready to go. I think people don't realise that I was quite a good player back in the day.
Yeah, you want your stats, though.
I want my stats.
So
I want my stats.
Everyone wants their stats.
Let's get you commentating at the Div 12 Ressies big game. We'll make a big push for it. Maybe you can give us a little piece next week.
I'll figure something out.
Yeah, I'll give you some time. So, but yeah, that's a wrap on this episode. And go the Suns! Yes, I think the Suns should get the job done.
They're losing right now.
Yeah, I think they'll win.
I think they'll win. 16.
16 points?
Yeah.
All right. If it's close,